hoopers, this is Jillery Hoops, and I'm going to give you a tutorial on the one-handed barrel roll isolation and a couple of variations on that. So one of the tricks that I use to keep the isolation really straight and on plane is, number one, practice against a wall. That's really going to be your best bet. Because if I'm right up against something like this, I have to keep it from touching the wall, or the van in this case. Another trick is, if you can use any sort of line. So on my driveway I've got this line where the grass meets the asphalt, and I've also got an overhead power line. So those two things can really help me draw a line in my mind for keeping it a really flat plane. So if I've got my hand up and I slide it all the way down, this is where in the isolation I'm going to go from 12 to 9 to 6, and as I start up towards 3, I'm going to turn my left shoulder into the hoop, and I'm really going to look at this line between my driveway to my garage to the overhead power line and follow it all the way down with my hand, and that's going to help me keep it really straight. And I also know where my hoop is hitting me on my body. That's something else that I'm going to keep really straight. So this one, in order to frame my face and my shoulders, I've got it just above my belly button. So that's going to follow my waist all the way around in order to keep it really in one place. So just keep in mind where that equator is around your belly, and that's what's going to keep in contact with the hoop. And even if that's at your shoulders, or if you have a really tiny hoop, if it's at your neck, you know, you can really use that as a tip to keep it straight. So another variation that looks really cool with this barrel roll isolation is if you use your arm almost like a point. So when I'm down at my side, that's when I'm going to begin. It's right when I start the turn. My arm's now touching the hoop. I'm going to bring it up and all the way down. And you can kind of lean into it a little bit. But those are a couple little variations. You can also do a two-handed variation, so with both thumbs down, hands inside the hoop, you can start to roll and roll over. Again, it's keeping contact with my waist all the way around my body. And if your hoop is smaller than your elbows never actually come through the hoop, right? It would be too awkward. You want your elbows to stay and your body to stay behind the hoop. So my elbows never actually go through. So those are a couple different variations and a couple of tips. I really want to emphasize working up against a wall or in a room where you have a line that you can follow all the way around the floor, up the walls, across the ceiling, and down the other side. If you've got a great studio that you work in and you want to put up some electrical tape, that's a really great way to kind of create lines for yourself for those barrel roll isolations. Happy hooping!